And I told you we would talk about this Hello, I'm fake news anchor and real-life YouTube prankster Keegan Zipper. Welcome to Next Week Now, where our content is just like any typical YouTube prank. It's not actually a prank. This is what we missed, the part of the show where I cover topics we failed to predict while adjusting our points for the predictions we did make. I have to issue a correction. We once claimed that strawberry milk is what's used to feed Kim Jong-un in his giant hamster cage. This is actually, shockingly, not correct. They use Mountain Dew. With that being said, let's get started with what we missed. A 5-year-old French boy brought measles back to Costa Rica for the first time in 5 years in what some have called the worst reunion tour since Kiss. The reason for this was because the child was unvaccinated, meaning that the only thing French people tolerate from America are our conservative views. The House voted to overturn the the House voted to overturn the state of the emergency that was called by Donald Trump earlier this week. Perhaps it's because the border crisis isn't as serious a threat as said by conservatives, or perhaps it's because Trump's first action after calling this emergency status was to vacation in Florida, of all places, or perhaps it's because it was Mimosa Monday and the House just really wanted to get done with their work so they could go day drink. We'll never know. A study recently found that predominantly white schools were funded $23 billion more than schools that were mostly populated with students of color across the nation in 2016. White liberals were shocked and appalled, and people of color were unsurprised and were quoted, "We've been saying this." And now I have to move on to the Cohen hearing yesterday. I'd like to begin by saying that I started writing jokes during the hearing because the Republicans were acting very childish. I even had a very good joke where I feigned that one representative called Cohen a liar, liar, pants on fire, which I thought was funny until...
That's important to you, to look up here and look at the old adage that our moms taught us. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yeah, until he just said it himself. So it was as bad as we all thought. The Democrats fired at Cohen with pertinent, hard-hitting questions, and the Republicans continued to yell at him about, and talk about how Trump wasn't racist because at least one black person did work for his company. Kind of like how a burger is vegetarian because there are pickles on it. It was also revealed that Trump sent letters to his colleges and the New York Military Academy, of which he spent his formative years, which says something bad about the New York military because I haven't ever heard of them. He sent the letters threatening them not to release his grades. Well, luckily, I have his report card right here. The only thing it says is, "Nice try, stupid ginger." Drats. Foiled again. Last week, we ended with 8,379 points. This is also the number of times I've asked respect from my peers. Maybe one day they'll say yes. This past week, the Oscars happened, where Bohemian Rhapsody won the Oscar for Best Editing, Green Book won Best Original Screenplay, and Best Picture also went to Green Book. So, unlike we predicted, the bourgeoisie won that night, minus 74 points, or how many years the Soviet Union was active. Fun fact. We end tonight with 8,305 points, and I'm excited to announce that we have a new point goal. If we reach 25,000 points, then we'll go back in time and stop the murder of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, thus stopping World War I and II. Yeah. I refuse to save JFK. I saw that James Franco miniseries, and killing Hitler is overdone. That's all for what we missed. Now on to a personal mistake with producers Brooke and Logan.